Heavy metal pick today comes from the Los Angeles band Ratt. Stephen Pearcy and the rest of Ratt are now working on a new album, and Stephen Pearcy and Robin Crosby recently talked to us about it.
Titling the album "Invasion of Your Privacy" isn't like an offensive thing. You know, we don't mean it as that. We just mean it as now we are very close to you. You know, we came from just Ratt to Ratt, then we came out of the cellar. So we decided now we're invading your privacy. We're in your homes. We're with your daughters, your mothers, and your sisters, and
Did the success of Out of the Cellar, which sold 2 million copies, limit you as far as what you wanted to do on this record? Did you feel you had to make Out of the Cellar 2 in certain sense?
Absolutely not. We're really happy with this record. I hope that all our fans enjoy it as much as we seem to.
Well, how does this one differ?
it differs from that it's much harder and it's much more, to me, I personally, I think it's much more of a fun record. You know, the word fun can still be said. You know, I mean, we're into having fun, and that's what the record's all about.
Okay, welcome back into Tunes Brothers. I am Rob. That is Scott. That is Darren for now, unless it switches our order up. But we are doing my random album, random band in my wheelhouse of the music I love most. Ratt's Invasion of Your Privacy. Just a quick note, since we forgot on the AC/DC video, the homework for next AC/DC album is Flick of the Switch. So now that I got that out of the way, Ratt's Invasion of Your Privacy, my favorite Ratt album of all time. Still one of my favorite rock albums of all time. Never got sick of it, never will. Some of their best ignored songs, never played live anymore, are on this album for me. So before we get started on the countdown, your thoughts on the album, Darren, since you're not a big Ratt guy.
Yeah, I will go out and say that back in the day, I'm talking like, so what year did this come out?
86, I think.
86. I was going to say around 87, 88-ish is probably when I first started listening to harder music, Ratt in particular. I mean, it was a band that I listened to often around that time.
85, sorry.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm certain I didn't hear it that, I mean, 85, I would have been 12. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm listening to this kind of music yet. Like I said, maybe 86, 87-ish. And Ratt was one of my go-to bands at one point, early on. I think, I don't know if it's just getting older and not liking it as much. That's probably where I'm at today. I won't even necessarily say overplay in particular. And listening to this album was very nostalgic. I do only find about half of it to be appealing. I will be honest.
Okay.
I think for me, the album I like best is their greatest hits because it has everything, right? I'm gonna say it because those are the songs that I've always liked the most. And as much as I try to find like the hidden gems and say that that's always been my favorite song or that's now my favorite song, I don't think I'm there with this band.
Understandable. Scotty?
All right. This is an album that I've always loved. Now, I will say, it's not my favorite Ratt album. I think it either falls in third, maybe. I think for me, that's just for me. Second or third one, I'd have to go over the other one, but I do know one falls in front of it for me. But I do love it.
Just out of curiosity, what is your favorite Ratt album?
Out of the Cellar.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, and if it falls in third, Reach for the Sky would be number 2.
Yeah.
But God damn it, I love all the Ratt albums, dude. I love Dancing on the Cover. That's the first time that I ever got to see the guys live, and I love Detonator, man. I mean, dude, Ratt is one of my favorite bands. I mean, let me go ahead and say it, dude. They're one of the bands that grabbed me and didn't let me go. Every time I've seen them, man, they've been fucking phenomenal. And I can't say nothing bad about them live. I wasn't at the shows where they got drunk and fell off stage and shit like that. Unfortunately, you know, I mean, yeah, it would have been good to see something like that. I seen Gene get drunk and fall, but Gene Simmons. But anyway, he wasn't drunk. That's a joke, but he fell. But, you know, there's 2 or 3. There's about 3 songs on here that I never did. I don't hate them, but they're, to me, they're instinctively fillers. And I could tell it when I listened to the album probably for the first time. And I remember seeing Warren Crucier, the bass player,
Yeah.
saying that this album would have been as good or if not better than Out of the Cellar if the record company wouldn't have been on their ass giving them a deadline to finish the damn album and then just rushing them, man. And then he said it was
Yeah.
that way all the way through the damn Detonator, man. He's like, damn, do we got to go through this again? Can we not take some time here and put these albums together good and right? But and I understand it. I understand it wholeheartedly. That's where your filler tracks and record companies come in, you know, cashing in on these bands. But as far as an album, I've always loved it. I love the fucking music videos. We'll talk about those later. Some of Ratt's videos to me were very cheesy and just corny. Some of them were fucking off the chain. And I love the cover of this album. I love Homegirl on Out of the Cellar, but this girl here is fucking phenomenal. I used to stare at that, man.
Did you see
The recent
Wow.
picture of
Did
her?
you see the before and after picture I sent you?
That one you sent me the other day?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did, but I didn't pay attention to it. What was it? Her?
Yeah. That was her on the cover versus her now.
Oh, yeah, okay. I was wondering what Rob is sending me. Something must have got it mixed up. This is the cover, and this is some woman that I don't know. So I didn't know that. Okay, all right. I'll go back and
Yeah.
look at it now. But I don't.
And age happens to everybody, but
don't
it's
care.
such a stark contrast.
I don't care what she looks like now, but that to me is her and always will be. And just like the one that passed away here recently, Robin's girlfriend on the cover of the first one, holy God, you know, they picked the right girls for their damn video shots and stuff. So, hey, I love the cover. I love the invasion of your privacy. It's got a theme. It's got a chick undressing in a room. You know, you got Peeping Tom around there somewhere or whatever. It is a metal album or hard rock album, whatever you want to call it. Ratt's always been metal to me. I don't give a damn what anybody says. And
yeah, me too.
I love the album. It's just, and then again, because we're going to jab on Ratt some more down the line. So I like it. And whoever goes first, or I can go first, whatever, it doesn't matter. Y'all make the pick. Rob probably
Go ahead, Scott.
last. This is his album, so.
Go ahead, Scott.
All right, it's on me. Let's see. There's 10 tracks on this album. My number 10 is a song that I never go to. It's You Should Know by Now. You know,
You should.
yeah, you should know by now. You know, the chorus kills it for me in this song, dude. It's all the chorus. It kills it for me in this song. Filler, 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 all the way. You can tell they didn't have time with some of these songs, man. And I think that's why they stuck them at the bottom of this album. They didn't even try to blend them in. That's what gets me
Um,
with this album. Now that's my take on it.
um,
You Should Know By Now is my number 10. It's just You Should Know By Now. You should know by now. You should know by. I just the chorus kills it. The rest of it's not bad, but the chorus got it number 10 for me.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
I love it, man. I love it. Billy Madison, bro. I love it.
okay, so Scott pissed me off right from the jump. Darren, you're number 10.
Tell me.
All right. Number 10, Closer to My Heart.
Yeah.
This ballad does very little. I would consider this a generic filler of a tune. Again, that's my opinion. It just, again, it's not one of their strongest songs on the album. I'm sorry if I'm shitting all over Scott's number 1, but yeah, number 10, Closer to My Heart.
Okay.
I bet we just
Now.
Hey, hold up, Rob. I bet me and you just picked his 1 and 2.
Let me just preface this by saying if you get a chance, everybody get out and see Stephen Pearcy. He still kicks ass. Just saw him at Rock Timber again. And when he walks on stage, man, he is one of the guys who still gets it. Whether he's old, whether his voice isn't what it used to be, he looks like the very definition of a rock star. His aura, it's just a good time. He had Blas Elias on drums this time, which is fucking phenomenal to watch. Go to Stephen Pearcy, man. Yeah, it's not Ratt, but in theory, for me, Stephen Pearcy is Ratt, so it is Ratt. Okay, so now that Scott stabbed me in the back, in the heart, and stomped on my face, my number 10 is going to be one. There's 2 songs on here, my 9 and 10, that were never. It's kind of like an AC/DC album for me, to where the fillers, even the filler's good. And 9 and 10 are the 2 I consider filler. 10 being dangerous but worth the risk. Just kind of unimagined. Chorus is just kind of, it's like he's reading a cue card. I mean, it's not much of a song really for me, but it's it's not terrible either. So
I should have said this when I started. These bottom 3 could have been lined up anywhere. 9, 10, 8, whatever. These 3 songs here are not my go-to songs for Ratt. There's 3 of them on here. The rest of them I fucking love. I mean, that's how what transition it is.
I'll go ahead and translate that. Anybody listening right now that likes 8, 9, or 10 that Scott doesn't, you're an idiot apparently.
Yeah,
and
you don't know shit, and I know everything, and I'm right. Bam. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Number 9, man. Let's see if I can stab Rob in the heart this time. Hello. You got me on the line.
Yeah.
Answering the telephone on hello. I mean, damn, say something, man. Come on over. Let's get it on or something. Hello. Me on the line. These choruses, man. Damn. But they got great ones coming up. But these 3 here are just. This right here would have been a fucking knockout record if they would have made it a 7-track album.
It's great. You're ugly, you're fat, but other than that, you're a very attractive man. What the fuck kind of backhanded comment was that?
The 10 songs as it is only makes for 36 minutes and 16 seconds.
I love that.
You take those 3 songs out of there that you want to make it a 7-track, and it's gonna be like 3 times as long as your average sex span right there.
Yeah, you're right, man. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Especially me.
Oh,
I mean, you guys have got wise, man. I'm getting older. It's getting harder. So I won't.
You mean
I won't
softer?
go into any more details of the recording, but you know.
oh shit. Okay. So Scott hates Rat. On to Darren.
All right. At number 9, dangerous but worth the risk. Again, this song, it's weaker. It's, I mean, a little bit more generic. I mean, for lack of better words, I don't want to say it was too repetitive, but again, the song just isn't very strong. I think this is definitely a filler track. This is something that they may have had to rush to put out to make the cut for the record company. So that's number 9.
Okay. To me, number 9, the other song that I believe is just filler on here, but not terrible, is Between the Eyes. It tracks well. I mean, it's got a really good guitar groove at dan dan dan. I mean, but at the end of the day, it's just when you match it up against the bigger choruses, it just falls short for me on this album.
Bigger choruses. You
Yeah.
should know by now.
That's a huge chorus.
Now. Between the eyes.
You know what?
Really? Okay. All right. Hey, well, I'll go with it. Number 8. Both of you have touched on this. My last of weak tracks. The rest of them I love. Dangerous, but worth the risk. I mean, come on, man. These 3 tracks to me. Now, I know y'all got y'all's whatever, fillers. But to me, those 3, I think, were thrown on there to put the album out, and that's it. They probably didn't even hardly rehearse them because it doesn't sound like they did. To me, it doesn't. The rest of them, fucking killer to me. Now, every one of the rest of them are playlists to me. So that's how much I love this album.
Okay.
Yep.
That's
Where are we at?
We're on
Number
8 for me. This is where I put Got Me on the Line.
Okay.
I know, Scott, this is what you had at number 9.
Yeah.
Again, this one for me just doesn't make the cut. Like I said, not like I would ask them to put out a 5-track album.
EP, man.
But to me, it's only half good, right? Like I said, I'm not trying to take a dump on Ratt. I know I've said way back in the past when Rob and I were first starting to record that. I mean, right now they're just not one of my favorite albums one of the favorite bands from this genre of music. They used to be. They're just not there anymore.
There's 4 songs on here that should be in y'all's top 5. Now, I'm just saying, because none of us mentioned them yet.
Well,
That's
yeah.
what I'm counting on. So, yeah, I agree with you. To me, it's not my best album by Ratt. Now, Rob, he likes this one best, and that's good because I love most of it. I got no bad Ratt albums.
Right. I have nothing wrong with that. Like I said, I wasn't even, after you said that Out of the Cellar was yours, I had to take a look just to see what was on that.
Okay.
To make sure that, but it was...
Out of the Cellar doesn't have a lot of hits on it at all, other than
No, but it's got some good tunes.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know all of them. I mean, I don't remember all of them. I'm sure I've heard
the only
all of
Ratt
them.
album I never really cared for was their first album.
The EP?
Other than that, I like a lot, pretty much over half of everything on every Ratt album.
Oh, yeah.
Even the later years ones that many people don't even know about, Infestation and stuff like that. They're not my favorites, but it's still, Ratt's just got a unique sound, and it works.
That's true. I mean, Stephen Pearcy does have one of the most unique voices in all of rock.
That's what I loved about the bands that we love. When you heard them, you knew who it was. That's what set them bands apart from all the shit that's been out ever since that I couldn't tell you what the hell this emo stuff, and then now we're into whatever that God knows. Now, I can't remember if there's even one of those that I like. So carry on. I'll be off in goddamn no man's land. We just got done talking about. So,
All right,
All
Rob,
right,
you're on
number 8 to me. Never Use Love. I love this chorus. I think it could use a little work on the pacing during the verses. What? I said I love the song, bitch. I love this whole album, with the exception of the last two, which I just like. So none of this is a slap in the face for me towards Ratt. I love them all.
okay. All right. Since you said that, all right.
Yeah.
All right.
Never Use Love.
When I get to that song, you'll know why it's as high as it is for me. So,
Okay.
all right. Number 7. I guess I can say that now because you guys have not mentioned this song yet, and I love this song. So just because it's the 7 doesn't mean shit. It's like Rob said, would never use love, and I didn't give him time. So
Yeah.
give it all, man. It's badass. I love it. I think it's great, and everything from here up, I love. I love the intro. And then after the intro and the lead, they'll start just fucking rocking. They get in that steady beat. Stephen Pearcy's voice on anything can sound good. Literally, I don't give a damn if the chorus is messed up. I don't care if the damn music ain't even got a vibe. If he's singing, man, his voice is so fucking. To me, not y'all. Kevin DeBro, to his voice, Ronnie James Dio, distinguishing. Guys like that, man, just so fucking. When I hear that, if he sung for another band, I probably wouldn't know the band's name. I'd say that's Ratt. That's Stephen Pearcy. You know, I've always loved his voice.
And that goes back to the argument that I've always had, that trying to replace a singer, especially in the genre of hair metal, is like fucking suicide for the most part.
Hard
Definitely.
to do. AC/DC.
I mean, and yeah, AC/DC is one of the few bands who got away with it and actually reached a new pinnacle of success with a new singer.
But I would say,
But
I mean,
usually it's suicide.
Yeah.
I mean, but even to what, I mean, I've heard the both of you talk about. I mean, he died in 1980, so that was before they were hugely successful in the United States,
right.
They just did
So
shoot up the charts with Highway to Hell, so they hadn't pinnacled yet. You're right.
so I think it had that happened, let's say after Highway to Hell. Let's say Bon Scott lives to complete that album,
Oh,
and then they had to replace him.
No, he did.
That may not have had the same success. I'm not saying that they wouldn't have, because I still think that Brian Johnson sounds very similar to Bon Scott. I mean, there definitely is a difference, but I think it's in the same vein, right?
I think what he's saying, Scott, is if Back in Black would have been released with Bon Scott on vocals, it would have been much harder to replace him after that mega album than it was.
Yes, because
yes, that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that he didn't kill it on that album, because he did. But had they had gone through that huge amount of success with that album with Bon Scott, I'm not sure the people would have accepted Brian as much as they did.
Good point. That's a good point. I've never heard anybody put it that way, but you're 100% right. AC/DC.
But again,
people started
history,
knowing who they were before that happened.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
okay, who left off?
It's on me for number 7.
Yeah. Okay.
At number 7, I have Between the Eyes. Rob, you had that at 9. I know, again, you really like this album. For me, Between the Eyes is, I mean, it's subpar for Ratt. I mean, as much as I like the top 5 on my list, like I said, the bottom 5, just I think it's just subpar for what they're capable of doing.
Gotcha. Fair enough. So that's to me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Number 7 for me. Almost more rare than AC/DC doing a ballad is Ratt doing a ballad. Closer to my heart, and I love this song. This is so almost mesmerizing the way this song is delivered. The echoes on here, as Scott would say, are killer. I just love the feel of this. I mean, you can just feel it just drag you down. I mean, it's emotional. The sound, I'm not even talking about what he's singing about, just the sound. It's just magic to my ears. I've always loved this song, and one that I probably venture to say they've never even done live. I don't know, but just an amazing song.
I think they have on this tour, and they may have
Okay.
on the next one, which I've seen, but I can't remember. I'll have to go back and do some set list stuff. But I love the intro to that that freaking that's yeah, and then the drums. Are you listening? Yeah, man, I love that.
Yeah, just musically, and that echo on his as he's singing, almost like in a big empty church hall or something. I mean, it's just there's something about this song that's just magic to my ears.
Okay, I agree. Next on my list, which is number 6, is one of their hits off of the album that I love. You know, it just falls at number 6. That's how much I love the rest of it. You take the midnight subway train, you calling all the shots. Struck by lightning, you're in love, man. Damn right, man.
You take the midnight subway train. You call another shots. You strip by lightning. You're in love.
Yes.
One of the most recognizable 80s rock hits of all time.
These
Definitely.
6 were freaking torture. I mean, they were tough for me. I don't know about y'all, but these were. The bottom part wasn't as bad, but these right here were fucking hard. You're in love. I love the song. Always have, always will.
Darren.
For my number 6, this is where I put Never Use Love.
Okay.
I know you had
Got
it
some
at 8.
love there. Got some love there. I like that.
Yeah, like I said, we're getting closer to the ones that I considered to be the best of the best on this album. So it got close to the top 5. Again, to me, it's not a traditional or sounding Ratt song. I mean, you said it's been a long time since I've listened to this whole album up until recently, so it's not what I was expecting. And maybe if I had, listened more frequently to it, some of these songs might grow on me a little bit more. But right now, it's just outside the top 5.
See, and I will say this: you're right on that. This is not a typical Ratt sounding album. This is a very different distortion that DeMartini and Crosby were using here. This album, to me, is, if I were to define what is the greatest rhythm sound that you like, it's this album or Ultimate Sin with Jakey Lee on for Ozzy Osbourne. It's very similar in that smooth, I don't even know how to describe it. It's just it's instead of a rough, grovelly distortion, it's that smooth. You get that real bass in your chest with the distortion from the lead or from the rhythm guitar. It's that jug, jug, jug. It's just DeMartini and fucking Jakey Lee are two of my favorite goddamn guitarists of all time. So it makes sense. But
Yeah, I agree too, man. And I will say before I get there that there's one on here, which I ain't gonna tell you what it is. One of my favorite Ratt solos of all time is on this fucking album. So I mean, but anyway, sure go, ain't Rob?
yeah. Okay, so it's me to number 6, right?
Yes.
The aforementioned song that irritates Scott by him apparently having the nerve to say hello. Got me on the line.
Oh,
I don't like that crap either. I hate that. I mean, Guns N' Roses does a great rendition of Knocking on Heaven's Door until they have the stupid conversation. Gene Simmons, Living in Sin Until, shares dumbass squirrely voices on The Voice. Yeah, that kind of extra shit don't work for me. If you want to put it on the video to make the video more entertaining, fine, but leave it off the album track. I don't mind the song though. I think it's got a nice heavy riff to it and a good beat to it. Again, it's not the strongest. My next 5 are untouchable for me, as far as Ratt goes. So there you go. Number 6 got me on the line.
That one don't bother me as bad, but I guess I'm still appalled that you still ain't mentioned one that I've mentioned, and you must really like that song, dude. I can't say anything else. But number 5 for me, freaking awesome riff, bro, to the bone. Both of you, I think, have touched on this already. Right between the eyes. He delivers so good. The verses are so good in this song, man. That freaking riff and that little, at the end of it, dude. It's the drumming, the musicianship on this album is fucking spectacular. I mean, it always has been. I mean, the first time I seen the videos for this album, I was just fucking wow. When are they going to play it again? I didn't give a damn which one it was. Most of the time, it was, I ain't going to say it, but y'all know what I'm talking about with the clown and the birthday party. And the, we done talked about One Year in Love. I mean, dude, freaking love the videos for this album. The sound is fucking great. And that just heavy, just power punch riff, man. It's not fast. It's just love it. Between the eyes, man. Number 5.
All right.
Darren. For number 5, this is where I put Give It All. I know Scott had this at 7. To me, this is the start. I mean, this is the part of my list where these are the Ratt songs that are obviously what I consider to be the best, but they're on this album. But this is where it really starts to sound like the Ratt that I remember from the past. Give It All.
Okay, so number 5 for me is also Give It All. The echoes they use on Stephen Pearcy's vocals, especially when he starts really, cranking some notes out, is just classic on this album. This song's no exception. This is a great chorus, a great guitar riff all the way through. Always been one of my favorites on this album, and now we're in the territory with this and everything to come where it would go on every playlist ever for Ratt for me.
All right.
Awesome. All right. Number 4. It just gets tougher as it goes, man. This could be 3, it could be 4, it could be 5. I think somebody has done touched on this one. I think it's Rob, Closer to My Heart, man. Damn right, dude. This would be the ballad on the album, man. And it is a damn good one, dude. Fucking A.
Yeah.
I'm not a big ballad guy, dude, but I love a lot of them. If they're powerful, man, and they sound good and he uses those damn vocals, man, fucking A, man. And he does. He uses some power in this damn song.
It is the most unique ballad ever, right? I mean, I can't even describe it as a power ballad. It's just something to this song that's just unique.
It's in the middle ground, bro, just like the AC/DC song we were talking about a while ago. They don't do ballads, but it sounded like a ballad to me, but a very powerful one. That's the description I give this song right here. It's in the middle ground. It could or couldn't be. Whether it was labeled one, it's not. But I love it. Closer to My Heart is badass, dude. They just freaking come out of that jam right when he comes out of the damn chorus. Yeah, I love this song.
Darren.
All right. Number 4, very catchy chorus. Should have been used in a Coronet commercial. What you give is what you get.
That's clever.
When you buy Coronet. I mean, it. I mean, I really, really like this song, but I can't help that my brain contains all this worthless shit.
Yes, it
And
does.
when I listen to this frickin' song, that's what I want to sing. What you give is what you get. When you buy the Coronet.
Oh,
I can't help it.
Thanks for fucking ruining the song for the rest of us, Darren.
You should. Steve Perry's "Oh Sherry."
Oh,
You know,
Yeah.
how does that song start?
Should have been gone.
Yeah.
Knowing now I
Been
made
yeah,
it.
it does. Okay. I haven't heard that in a long time.
Now you will hear that every time that song starts. Cinnamon gum instead of
Yeah. Cinnamon gum.
Yep. So yeah.
Oh shit. All right. Number 4 to me is probably many people's number 1.
Lay it down.
I would argue, Rat,
Hmm.
even more so, and settle down, Scott. Even more so than Scott has some of the coolest, most memorable guitar intros of any fucking band I've ever heard. This is one where he doesn't have to say a fucking word. That guitar hits and people just lose their fucking mind. Probably their most successful, maybe not chart wise, Round and Round gets that, but shorter rounder. That's kind of like their Back in Black or Rock and Roll All Night, right? But as far as a song continuing their fame and their stardom and proving they weren't a one-hit wonder, it's got to be Lay It Down. Everything about this song is fucking stellar. This is hair metal 101, how to do it and do it right. Catchy chorus, epic fucking guitar solo. I mean, ultimate fucking memorable guitar intro. Warren DeMartini probably and Jakey Lee to me are probably the two most underrated, unsung heroes of the guitar world. And you'll see why, especially if we touch into, the Jakey Lee stuff with Ozzy. These two know how to write a fucking riff, man.
I agree.
There you go.
Totally agree.
I still have this worm in my brain that you still ain't picked that song and you just picked to Lay It Down. Holy God. You need help. You need serious help, boy. Hey, what's that commercial? What's that commercial?
If it's the song that you're thinking about,
Yeah.
I think you're the one that needs the help
No,
because
You're the one who's
Rob
going
and
to
I are going to
therapy
have
here.
that song in the top. Not necessarily the same spot, but neither one of us have covered that one yet.
Oh, both of you. Stop. Get help. Let's help out there. All right.
Hey, don't show us your hairy palms. We don't want to see that.
Oh, fuck.
Man, I love it, dude. But I am totally serious. All right. Number 3, the one y'all just trashed. How in the hell? The greatest guitar solo on the album and a jamming ass song, Never Use Love. Wow.
How the fuck did I trash that song? I said I love that song.
Oh my God, dude. Oh, okay. It must have been Darren.
That one was just outside my top 5. I didn't trash on it.
Scott's just making shit up because he's pissed
Yeah.
about my ranking for one.
I'm just coming off shit now, man. Yeah, man, I love this song. And what makes me love it more, it wouldn't have been that high, but the guitar solo is insane on this fucking song. DeMartini just absolutely proves to me, just on this song alone, that he's a guitar god. I would not have to hear anything else on this freaking album but this solo on this song, and it is phenomenal. Every lick. Never Use Love, number 3.
Beautiful.
All right. Next on my list, again, another catchy chorus. You Should Know by Now. That's
There
where
it
I
is.
put. That's where I put Scott's number 10, the one that he can't stand. Treating it like a hemorrhoid. It's in my top 3. I mean, this is a good fucking tune. I don't know what you smoked or drank before you ranked that one at
It
number
wasn't
10, but you should know by now. And I'm not the most, the songs that I traditionally like aren't necessarily going to be the most repetitious. I know, Rob, you said in the last episode that yes, repetition is part of it, but it doesn't have to be the same. I mean, I expect You Should Know By Now to be in the chorus, but not, every other word or every other, sentence. But I'm not saying about this song because I absolutely love this song.
Okay. Fair enough.
Take that, Scott.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair play, man.
All right. So it's number 3 to me.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Another, probably, there are 2 big epic ones off of this, and another memorable. It's just, you might as well, if you're gonna reference Ratt, just reference memorable guitar intro, You're in Love. The video for this is probably one of the greatest hair metal videos of all time. Struck by lightning, the strobes and the explosions, and then you go into that cranking ass fucking lead guitar. Epic, awesome song. Lay It Down and You're in Love, I'm tempted to say are 3 and 4 instead of 1 and 2 because of overplay. And that might be true a little bit, but the other 2 songs were every bit as played by me back when I got this album. So these top 4 have always been my top 4.
There's one song that I'm hanging on here. We'll see what happens. Number 2. Number 2 for me. You just touched on it. Hell of a riff, man, and you know exactly what you're going to get. Lay It Down, man.
Yeah.
Freaking badass. The song like that never gets old to me. I love it just as much now as I did when I first heard it and seen the video, dude. That's one of those songs that are memorable. You know who done it, when they done it. It's just that damn good, man.
Yeah.
Freaking A, bro. I can't really say nothing else. It's perfect from start to finish, in my opinion. Lay it down.
Well, the beauty of a podcast with 3 voices, you're on number 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
You might as well take that scene out of Rocky where it's ding, ding,
ding, ding,
because Lay It Down is number 2 on my list as well.
There you go.
Like I said at the beginning of the podcast, this is one of the albums I'm going to be a homer, and I'm going to go with probably the 2 more popular tracks as my 1 and 2.
And that's completely understandable.
I mean, because they're so freaking strong regardless of the overplay, right?
Yep.
And that's why, like I said, as much as I like You Should Know By Now and What You Give Is What You Get, the other 2 are just more memorable overall, regardless of how much I've heard them.
Yeah. Well, they're classics. I mean, in definition by metal fans or hard rock fans, obviously not in the grand scheme of things in music history, but as far as this genre goes, they're fucking every bit as epic as anybody else's known song. I mean,
absolutely.
That's why I said Round and Round, God love it. I mean, it is one of the biggest anthems of all, but these 2 songs, Lay It Down and You're in Love, are so epic and so big that they're just, you can't unhear them once you've heard them.
Since you just saw Piercy recently, is he still doing that one as the final song, Round and Round? Does he hold that for last?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
And I think some of that might be, and you'd have to correct me if I'm wrong date wise. I think a lot of that happened after this song Round and Round recharted because it was used in that insurance
commercial.
Yeah. So it's the only song in history that charted twice. In multiple decades later. So I don't know if that is why, because I would think if I was personally Stephen Piercy, I would always use You're in Love as my closer or my opener, one of the 2. But Round and Round may have been pushed back to the closer because of its regained notoriety, or maybe it's been there all the way through. I don't know.
The only reason why I ask is the last time I saw them, and this was late 90s, probably. That was it. I mean, I remember standing next to somebody saying, that's the last song. They're not going to do it anymore. It's like, bullshit. They still haven't done Round and Round. So it's like, oh, yeah. And that's what they closed with. So.
See,
Okay, go ahead.
Rob was like this, like you are on this with the hits. Rob was like that on Razor's Edge. You know,
Yeah.
those related to him more. So yeah, that's understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
if you had, I mean, I had that one ready to go. I know that I couldn't make it that night, but I had Thunderstruck and Money Talks, right? Top 2.
Yeah.
So I had those ranked in
Some
the same
some
spot.
songs are so fucking good unless you're like I was with this album, or say you were with a Lillian Axe album, or Scott with an AC/DC. When you buy it and you're already a huge diehard fan, you only know what the one released before you can purchase it is. So you listen to the whole thing over and over and over. So you start to form favorites that haven't even been released as singles yet. And that's why some of ours, for Scott, especially with AC/DC, and me with Kiss, most of my Kiss number ones are not what they would consider their single release or their highest charting per album. It's just the way it works. But you being a more, a Ratt, not enthusiast, but a decent enough fan, you're of course going to get more exposure to those release songs. In this case, and in Money Talks and Thunderstruck's case, it just happens to be those fucking songs were so goddamn good that overplay can't even spoil it.
No, and I get and I didn't find. I don't want to say I didn't find anything else good. I just didn't find anything else as memorable.
Right.
I mean, even though I've been giving this my all, right? I listened to that a half a dozen or more times too to try to figure out what I should, where I should put those songs. I wasn't just trying to, gloss over it and phone it in. But.
Absolutely, dude.
Okay, so my number 2, right? You guys did your number 2s?
Yes.
Yep.
Did you wipe? All right, Scott, you ready?
Oh, God. Yeah.
My question is, and I get everybody's got their own opinion. They hear things their own way. I get your anal retentiveness about repetition.
No.
That being said, to call it filler, go ahead.
No, it's not just repetition.
I didn't call it filler.
I love a lot of repetition, but a lot I don't.
You have to.
That
is
one that I do not like because it's so draggy and slow. I know what you're getting ready to say. The rest of the song I like, but the chorus brings it down for me. It just brings it down. But yeah, go ahead. I know what you're on.
I have no problem with your take or how you hear this song.
Yeah.
My issue is 2 things you said. One being clearly this was rushed and wouldn't have made the album, basically.
Yeah.
And 2, that the chorus is stupid.
Yeah.
And that this is a filler.
Mm-hmm.
My point would be, if this song was so rushed and by Ratt considered to be filler, how do you come up with this section of the song? You realize how much creativity went into coming up with just that section of the song. You're adding cowbell in there. You're adding claps in there. They put a lot of effort into this song. Whether you like it or not, I'm not arguing that. But I can't accept the notion that this was a rushed, just put together throwaway song when they put that much thought into the whole concept of the song.
And I should have remembered that.
If they would have put that much into it that you're speaking of right now, it would have been a single. Have they ever even played this song live?
I don't know. I'm the first to say I have been a huge Ratt studio albums fan. I've seen Ratt, not counting the few times I've seen Stephen Pearcy as a solo artist. I saw Ratt as Ratt with Robin Crosby and all the original guys twice. So far back, we're talking my junior high days. So I never followed them as religiously as Kiss to where I could say, well, they always play this. I never saw them
Yeah,
enough
me
throughout the
either.
years.
Yeah,
So I don't know if they have or not. I'm not saying this is something they intended to be a knockdown, drag out single. I'm saying it's my opinion. You don't do a breakdown like that and add cowbells and claps and have an epic climax to a song like that if you're just rushing it and throwing something on because the record company wants it done.
the producer was in there with them with the record company saying, "You guys need to fucking hurry up." So they just started doing all kind of shit, man. And he said, "That's a wrap. That's good. We'll close it."
Fucking
So
asshole.
full of shit, your eyes are brown.
I'm surprised there wasn't a horn in there. Yeah.
Fuck you, dick. All right. That's my number 2.
Yeah, but I love it, dude. Oh man, I didn't expect it to be your number 2, though. I'm not kidding. I thought it
And
was going to fall at least middle.
all of this, and you guys are going to match up on your number ones.
Yes, yes. Oh, number
All right.
1, the song that went undiscovered by me, probably because of Lay It Down and the videos that were coming out. Never Use Love. Yeah, I listened to the whole cassette. That's what I bought when it came out. And as time went on, I bought the CD and I really started listening to it, dude. And what hit me more than anything was, why in the hell was this not released? This is a power punching ass song that would have related with all the hard rockers, bro. This song brings it right here, man. What you give is what you fucking get is bad to the bone. First to last, I mean, that is a ripping fucking tune. I love it, and it's been my favorite on here for a long time. Not just recently. It's been my favorite for a long time. Love it.
Well said.
All right.
I know.
Yeah. Like I said, I do really enjoy that song, and I'm trying to figure out when
Damn, that's a good song.
Coronet had their popular commercial to see if it was 1985. Is it quite that might be why they never released it, is because people were going to relate it to
Oh
the
my
paper
God.
towels. But
Oh my God.
Right.
but number 1 in my book, You're in Love. That's the number 1. Again, so memorable on that opening riff by DeMartini. Just again, killer. I won't dwell on it because I know Rob has some tip touching to do here with Scott. I mean, on the number ones. All right.
Why are you froze? Okay, there you go. Never mind. Okay, yeah. So number 1, like Scott said, what the fuck were they thinking not releasing this song? I understand Lay It Down and You're in Love, but you should have followed up with this. This is angst. This is something everybody has fucking felt about somebody or something in their life. And this showcases that Stephen Pearcy's one of those guys that would maybe you'd never accuse him of being a world-renowned vocalist. He's not really a singer, as more as just a, he's not a screamer either. He's just more of a regular talk it out, like Rob Halford. Obviously Halford hits the notes, but he just give you that tough guy kind of sing talk performance, but shows you what he could fucking do, especially at the end of this song when he starts putting in those high pitch echoes to the chorus and repeating what the guys are singing in the chorus of what you give is what you get. And this song is so goddamn addictive, always has been for me. I love everything about this song. To me, it's every bit as good as You're in Love and Lay It Down, taking nothing away from those two, but this song is just fucking stellar and should have been released. And worse than that, Stephen Pearcy, I've seen him twice now over 2 years. He kind of falls in that Kiss thing, and maybe most bands' mindset, but Kiss is the one I relate to the most because I've seen him the most. Same old fucking songs when you've got such a fucking treasure trove of fucking things to pick from. And he can't use what Kiss uses as an argument or AC/DC because the songs he holds on to, lack of communication and fucking wanted man and stuff. Yeah, these were good songs and known songs at the time, but they're not like they're legendary songs that couldn't be replaced with some of these fucking gems. And it is what it is, but there you go. My number one.
All right.
I agree.
Quick interjection. I did find a Coronet paper towel commercial from 1984. Extra value is what you get when you buy Coronet. So that's probably, I'm going to stick to my guns on this one. That's probably why it was never released. It was too much like the
Oh,
fucking
hell
paper towel
no.
commercial.
I don't.
Jesus Christ.
I like the song. I'm not knocking it. It was my number 4 for Christ's sake. I like the song.
Man,
I'm just retarded.
Oh,
I
I'm
just,
just retarded.
like Rob said, you look, I know that it's Stephen Pearcy. I know it's Ratt. Their go-to album is going to be that first album. Okay, they're going to probably play more off of it than any other album. Okay, but damn, man, it's like Kiss with Destroyer or some shit. You can get rid of Shout It Out Loud once in a while or something, dude. He's got songs on this album. You know, my favorite song, which I'm not going to say, on their 4th album is not a release and or song by them that I've ever heard. And I can't fucking believe it. I just can't fucking
well,
believe
here, you want to know what a real atrocity is. I've seen him twice now as a solo artist, and not once has he played I Want a Woman.
No way.
What?
Which was a huge, I mean, I can't stress enough that Bon Jovi Slippery When Wet level, huge MTV hit.
Right?
And he has not played it as a solo artist.
Wow.
Yeah, my kids even like that song.
Maybe he wants a dude now. Maybe he doesn't
That's
want a woman
great
anymore.
fucking song, man, and never.
Wow.
So
That's
there you go.
amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah.
But
all right, guys. Rat's in the books. Do we want to introduce the new feature on this episode?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's get it done.
So shout out to Dave Stig Hughes. He emailed me requesting an album. So I figure we'll do, you can throw them in there. I'm not going to, commit to once a week or whatever, but we'll do a listener or viewer album request feature. And his feature is Dream Police from Cheap Trick. So Dave Stig Hughes has given you all homework. Dream Police, Cheap Trick.
All right.
Police.
Okay. Anything else you guys want to add before we wrap up?
Yes. I want to
come clean and admit your love for I Was Made for Loving You.
Yes. And you should know by now.
Yeah.
But
okay,
but I'm not going to confess that at this point in time this was something else.
All right. Okay.
While we're working on Dream Police, I want to throw another one out there that you can be jabbing at, and we can do it anytime.
Yep.
It doesn't matter, when we do it. Shotgun Messiah.
Which album?
Second Coming.
Second Coming.
Yes.
Shotgun is that SSAIH?
It is.
IAH?
It is SHOT.
I know shotgun, stupid. The word Messiah.
Shoot shotgun.
Yeah, it's MESSIAH.
And it was Second Coming?
Second Coming.
What year was that bad boy?
This was 1991.
Beauty.
And I seen
All right, in full confession ahead of time, I know one Shotgun Messiah song, and it's fucking fabulous. I just, for whatever reason, never really fucking dug into their catalog, so this will be interesting.
Is it Heartbreak Boulevard?
Yes.
Okay, it's on this
Yes.
album.
Yeah, I think that's the only one I know
Yes.
too.
Yeah, it's a fucking fabulous song.
And I'm going to
this should
predict
be interesting.
that you will love the ballad on this album. It's a power
Beautiful.
ballad. And pay
Beautiful.
attention, guys. Pay attention to the lead guitar solos on this album. Holy shit. Yeah.
Okay, so there we go. Rats in the books. We got Dream Police coming. We got Shotgun Messiah's second coming. And we still have the makeup videos for Kiss, and hopefully that'll be tomorrow.
Yep, they will be coming. Trust me.
All right. So that's it for this time, and until next time. Thank you.